Hey, welcome to the Backwoods Gourmet. Today, I want to show you how to make a delicious chicken gravy and biscuits Dutch oven dish. You can do it in about 30 minutes at camp, so stay tuned. All right, guys, I'm going to, you always got that situation when you first get to camp, Friday night, whenever it is, and it's late, you're trying to get everything set up, but you need to make something to eat. This is the recipe that's geared for that kind of situation. Or if you get in late from the woods, whatever. It's simple, easy, and delicious, and it only takes about 30 minutes to do in the Dutch oven. We already got our coals going over here, so let's get after it. All right, so ingredients for this is not complicated. We got some little bit of 4 cheese Mexican blend. I'm pre-shredded there. I got some Parmesan. This is Parmesan Reggiano, the good stuff. Shredded out at the house. All right, we got some whole milk. We got our Southern Biscuit Mix Formula L. Been using it, doing a review on this, and this is a continuation of that review. Here we have carrots, onions, and I used Swiss chard stalks, but if you don't have those, use celery. Okay, there's also some chopped hog jowl bacon in there. All right, all in one bag. If you do this at the house, gonna help out. All right, we got some better than bouillon, we got some cornstarch, we got our favorite season, Seminole Swamp season. Just because we have it, we're gonna use some fresh basil and sage, and then we have chicken tenderloins. All right, these are gonna cook very quickly, and so let's get out here. Let's turn around here a little bit. We already got our charcoal chimney going, and that's getting ready. And today we're going to use this number 10 Lodge Dutch oven. So today I'm going to set up for 450 cooking. Okay, we got our charcoals here. Today I'm using Kingsford hickory. Seems to burn quite a bit longer than they're regular for sure. I don't know if they quit making the long burning or what happened with that, but I haven't seen it in a while. So I'm going to make a ring about the size of the Dutch oven on the bottom. And for right now, I'm going to go ahead and put one right in the center. We're going to actually cook these biscuits on top of the gravy. So let's put our lid lifter over there. We got our Dutch oven all nice and oiled up there. So we're going to let that go ahead and get heating. And just to keep these guys from burning completely out over here in this thing, I'm going to go ahead and dump these guys out and have them standing by, because we're going to need quite a bit for the heat for the top. And we're looking for some boiling heat to begin with, and then we're going to have some bacon heat. No need to dilly-dally. We got everything already cut. We're just going to dump it right in the Dutch oven right out of our bag. All right, we'll bring it over. Remember we got that bacon in there also. So let me get my tool and stir that down just a little bit, and we'll put the lid on, get it fired up. All right, go ahead and get the lid on there. First thing we're going to do is just start off with a full ring all the way around the outside. I don't know if you can hear, but it just started raining, so had to tuck everything back up under here. You can do this under your canopy, whatever other kind of shelter you got at camp. We're going to reserve these coals off to the side over here a little bit later. All right, been just a couple of minutes. Just went in and checked on it. Everything's starting to cook. Now we're going to go ahead and put a second ring right inside that first ring. Okay? Like I said, we want to do this in about 30 minutes. So if we're going to do that, we're going to need some heat. So that's why we're going 2 rings right on that top lid. Now that'll get it rolling. All right, let's go in and give them a quick check. It's only been a couple minutes. Veggies are starting to soften up a bit. Onions are just starting to turn translucent. I hear that bacon in there rendering a little bit. We didn't need to put any oil in there because we had that bacon. Let's give them a couple more minutes. We'll start making our sauce. Alright, just a couple minutes. Things going along pretty well. I'm going to keep an eye on it because you don't want to burn them onions or anything else in there either. I'm going to go ahead and give her a quarter teaspoon or so of Seminole Swamp seasoning right now. And we're going to give it a quart of water. Alright. Now remember, we had that basil. A little bit of thyme. Back in there. That will get warmed up. Now, just for this part, we're going to go ahead, scoot a few more coals over here around the edges. You can hear it's still raining. 100% humidity out, so we're going to have to probably use a little bit more than we normally would, just because that humidity is so high. So now that I just put that water in there, I didn't want to do it before because I didn't want them veggies to burn. Alright, so right now we're pretty much using all of them. Get them around the sides there, and that'll help you get that water up to a boil. That was, if you can at camp, if you got it, if you got one of them little, a pot or something like that, you can put a lid on, sit next to the campfire, keep it warm. That'll help. So while our water's warming up, we're going to go ahead and get our chicken out of the pack here. And these are our tenderloins. And I've chosen tenderloins just because they are very tender and they don't take hardly any time to cook, and they're consistent in their size. So I'm going to season them on both sides, and I still have a little bit of those herbs down there, which is just going to make it better. With Seminole Swamp season, our favorite season. If you would like to purchase some Seminole Swamp season, you can see the link down in the description box below. And we also do a giveaway every month for someone who comments on one of our videos that month. And we do that every month. And he sends out a free 3-pack. They make the Fire in the Swamp like we're using today. They make the regular. And they also make a no MSG version. So if you happen to be allergic to that, or you just don't want it in your diet, it's all 3 of them are awesome. Okay, I've been stuck on this Fire in the Swamp lately. I mean, me and Mrs. Backwoods, we like a little heat, just not a whole lot, and that seems to have just about the right amount of heat for us. But it's going to depend on your taste, of course. So we cut that into fairly small pieces because we want them to cook really quick. And we've already got some seasoning on them right now, so that's going to start soaking into them. And they'll be ready when we're ready to put the meat in. But that's going to be one of the very last steps. All right, it's only been about 3 minutes, really. And I see that steam coming out. It means she's boiling. Give her a quick little stir around. At this point, we're going to go ahead and put in about a heaping tablespoon of Better Than Bouillon. And if you have not tried this product, I highly recommend it. They don't pay me a dime to say that. But since I found this and started using it, I'll never buy dry bouillon again. Alright, it's looking nice and rich. Go ahead, lid back on her, simmer for another 5 minutes. Alright, everything's up to a simmer again, and we want it to be when we do this step, and all I did is take some of my cornstarch and some of my milk, mix them together. Start out with about 2 tablespoons in there, give it a quick stir, and we probably will have to put the lid back on to get that back to the simmer to let it, and then we'll check it to see how thick it is. Let's give it another couple minutes. So I did open it back up. I did give it a little more cornstarch, about another 2 tablespoons of the mixture you know, that was dissolved in milk. And I want it about like that, about like a really thick soup. So we still got a ways to go. And some of that moisture is going to evaporate. It's going to get a little bit thicker. Let's get the lid back on it and get ready for the next steps. All right, so we got our chicken ready here. Time to make our biscuits, our biscuit mix, which is really going to be a dumpling in this case. We're going to cook them right in that gravy. We're going to put about 2 cups or so. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. No need to get fancy. And I did find it, you know, like I said earlier, this Southern Biscuit Mix Complete Formula L. They didn't pay me a dime to review this, okay? But tell you what, I've been liking it so far. So here we got our Parmigiano micro-grated that we did that in advance. So we're gonna go ahead. I found the cheese is easier to mix into it when it's still dry. All right, just squish it all around in there. All right, then we're gonna add just enough milk to this to come together, and they say use buttermilk. I don't really like buttermilk, so I'm using just regular whole milk. But I would not try skim milk or low-fat milk in this. You do need some richness there. All right, so that's still pretty dry, but it's just enough to pick up all the dry into the wet. That looks pretty good. Scrape that off of our spoon. All right, so let's get ready to put the last steps of this dish together. Alrighty, do the last step here. Man, it looks gorgeous. Give that a little stir. We'll try to cling on the bottom just a little bit. So, get a good stir on the bottom there, and we may, as soon as we do this, we'll probably pull back some of those extra coals that we put on the bottom. Alright, brought chicken over. Just gonna dump it in. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna take most of that simmer out of it. And then we're gonna stir it in there really good. Get it all, little pieces broken up. Like I said, it's not gonna take that hardly any time to cook. And I'm grabbing my biscuit mix. Get over here. I'm gonna grab it by tablespoons or so. Make a small ball. I'm just gonna drop it. So it's been about 15 minutes since we put the biscuits in. I've been rotating this lid about every 5 minutes. So let's go in and take a look, see if they're ready. And if you want to know what they look like when they're ready, they're ready. You see the juices are bubbling up through the Let's go ahead and take these guys off and serve them up. Now, guys, that is one pretty Dutch oven dish right there. Any of you guys out there doing competition might want to try it. Let's serve this up Backwoods Gourmet style as usual. Man, it's nice and steaming hot. I'm gonna go right in here, get like 2 biscuits with, or the dumplings, whatever you want to call them, with the broth. Oh, look at that broth. Okay, we're gonna get some of that down in there. Well, I wish you guys could smell that. So, I brought out this Mexican cheese, but I don't know that it really needs it. We already got that Parmesan and biscuits, but we'll go ahead and just give it a little sprinkle right on the broth. And then for garnish, a little basil right from the garden. There you go. That's a quick, easy Dutch oven dish you can do in about 30 minutes. So as usual, I'm just gonna go right here, right in the pot. Give me a little cut of biscuits with some of that chicken and gravy. You want to buy that, I know you do. Let's give it a shot. Hot dough. That chicken's done perfect, I'll tell you that right now. So do like we did, wait till the last minute to put that in there with the biscuits. Perfectly tender, but perfectly cooked also, and not overcooked where it gets tough. And the biscuits, taste that little bit of Parmesan cheese in there. And it's delicious. So if you like what we're doing, please smash that like button right down there. To subscribe to our channel, you can do right here. For another great Backwoods Gourmet video, it's gonna be right there. And for a whole playlist, cast iron Dutch oven cooking, it'll be right up there. We'll see you next time.